A frittata might just be the perfect meal, and it's definitely one of the most versatile. You can enjoy a frittata for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and it can be cooked quickly. About 20 minutes and you're ready to serve. Moreover, you can make it completely your own, adding almost any filling or topping you can think of. Even with fluctuating egg prices, a frittata is an economical and nutritious dish. Now, a standard frittata isn't hard to make, but I've found a way that's even easier. In one of these, an air fryer. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a fast and flavorful air fryer frittata. Hello and welcome to I Want to Cook. My name is Chef Matt and this channel is all about helping you be a better cook. And yes, today we have another delicious air fryer recipe. Now, we've made plenty of things in one of these, from falafel to fajitas to croutons to shrimp. But today it's going to be the frittata that gets the air fryer treatment. Now, just in case you don't know what a frittata is, it sounds fancy, but it's actually pretty simple. You can think of a frittata as an open-faced omelet. And like an omelet, well, you can put just about anything in it, from bacon to peppers to cheese to ham. They're also sometimes called a tortilla, but I call them culinary Velcro because, well, you can throw just about anything at or in these things and they taste absolutely great. In fact, they are a fine use for leftovers if you have them. Extra vegetables, cooked meat, etc. Now, the standard way of making a frittata is a two-step process, and we actually did this. It was one of my first videos, but what you do for a standard frittata is first you cook the eggs in a skillet on the stove, you add all the ingredients, and then you finish it in the oven. Now, that way isn't too difficult, but it is a couple of steps, and you need an oven to make it happen. Well, good news. If you have an air fryer, you can make a frittata with even less work. It is so easy. Seriously, if you have the ability to crack an egg and whisk it, you can make this frittata. You don't need an oven, you don't need a pan, heck, you don't even need a kitchen. If you have an air fryer and a place to plug it in, you can make this frittata. Now, as for equipment, you will of course need an air fryer for this recipe, and it doesn't matter what kind. The kind I'm demonstrating on is the kind with a bin that you pull out, but you could also use the kind that has kind of a top lid, or even a toaster oven that has an air fryer feature. Remember, an air fryer is simply like a convection oven on steroids, where it's got a fan blowing all that hot air around to cook the food quickly and evenly. The only other thing you'll need is some sort of vessel or baking dish that fits into your air fryer that is a few inches deep, because remember, frittatas will kind of puff up as they cook. Now, I was originally going to use a 9-inch cake pan for this in my air fryer, but it just didn't quite fit. But as Providence would have it, I was at the thrift store this week and I found this absolute gem. This is a very special vintage Corningware dish. Now, if you watch this channel regularly, you know that I am a huge collector of Corningware, the vintage stuff made of pyroceram. I made a whole video on it, and well, I don't have this piece. At least I didn't before this week, nor had I ever even seen it. This is this oval baking dish. It is a P270B, and well, as fate would have it, this turns out to be the absolute perfect size for my air fryer. So that's what we're going to be making our frittata in, is in this dish. But like I say, any oven-proof vessel that you have that fits in your air fryer should work just fine for this. For this frittata, we are going to use some eggs, spinach, a little bit of half and half, and then some cheese. And then at the end, we will garnish it with some tomatoes and fresh parsley. Now, like I say, you can use just about any ingredient you want in a frittata, but note that if you are using meat, it must be pre-cooked first. Okay, so let's whip up our frittata. You can use, let's say, about 4 to 6 eggs for this, depending on how big your vessel is. I'm gonna go with 4 eggs for this one. And we are just going to crack these into our bowl here. I'm using the collision type of cracking method where you pit one egg against the other to see who will be the victor. Okay, we'll add about a tablespoon of half and half here. You could also use heavy cream or even milk. This is just gonna make it even smoother and just all that more unctuous. Okay, we'll also add a touch of salt and pepper. You can even add different seasonings if you want, like, you know, an all-purpose seasoning to add more flavor to this. And then finally, I've got some spinach here. This is just some frozen spinach. We'll add, we'll say about half a cup. Mix this all together. And boom, we have got the makings for our frittata. Now you might notice that I have some cheese here. You could fold this in now, but for me, well, I prefer to add it when it's just about done on top, so I'll show you how to do that. You could also add like goat cheese to this or creme fraiche. Again, these things are culinary Velcro. Okay, now all we have to do is pour our egg mixture into our dish here. I really encourage greasing a dish or putting some like non-stick spray on whatever vessel you're using because, well, eggs are sticky. Here, I'm just adding a little bit of olive oil to the bottom. That's going to help this release when we're done. And then we just pour our mixture right into our vessel, into this vintage Corningware baking dish. Now we just pop it into our air fryer. Okay, our air fryer is preheated, and don't worry, these vice grips are only used for culinary purposes. We are going to cook this at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 to 25 minutes or until the internal temperature reaches about 180 degrees. I know in my air fryer this takes about 20 minutes. Okay, this has been cooking for just under 15 minutes, and look at this. This is absolutely beautiful. Now you can serve this as is, but well, if you like cheese, I highly suggest you putting some on top, just like this, sprinkle it in, and then we are going to pop this back into the air fryer and let it cook for a couple more minutes until everything is nice and beautiful, golden and bubbly. And here we go. We have our hot, bubbling frittata fresh out of the air fryer. This looks and smells absolutely amazing. I'm just going to finish it here with some simple garnish. I've got some chopped tomatoes. We'll just put these right on top for some freshness. And then a little bit of fresh parsley right on top. And we have an absolutely amazing air fryer frittata made in just like 20 minutes. That is what I call fast food. And here we are. Here is a piece of our air fryer frittata. I like to just kind of cut these up, kind of like you would a pizza, and then just dive into these. Spinach, cheese, frittata. Absolutely amazing. Now, like I say, you can serve this for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And another wonderful thing about frittatas is that they reheat really, really well and really easily in a microwave. So they are great for lunch the next day or breakfast the next day or what have you. They heat up perfectly and they store real easily in the refrigerator. Guys, this is so easy. I hope you try this air fryer frittata recipe. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Okay, before we get to trivia time, I have one more thing, kind of a show and tell. Look what else I found at the thrift store this week. This is a vintage Lustre Craft pot. Now, I've never had one of these before, but I know that Lustre Craft and Kitchen Craft, well, these are really popular and a lot of folks like this. I think it's called waterless cookware. This one, I'm guessing, is several decades old, maybe 70s, 80s. Anyways, a beautiful pot. It was in pretty rough condition when I bought it. It was just a few dollars. I figured I'd take a chance. It was really nasty inside, but I was able to clean it up, and well, now it shines really well again. And I am very excited to cook with this. This is a Lustre Craft made in America. I think this is 3-ply stainless steel cookware. So if you know anything about these, if you have any tips, feel free to put those in the comments below. But really cool pot that I am adding to the collection. Okay, trivia time. Last week I asked you to identify this produce and several of you got it right. It is, of course, leeks. Leeks are delicious. You've probably had them in soup, but they have a range of other uses. They can be eaten cooked, they can be eaten raw. Leeks are delicious, and heck, if you want me to do a whole episode on leeks, let me know in the comments below. For this week's culinary trivia, we are back to the produce aisle, and okay, well, I promised you can eat this. It is produce. If you know what this very strange looking thing is, or you have a guess, put it in the comments below, and I will, of course, let you know the correct answer in the next episode. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Until next time, I hope you want to cook.